The pottery featured large, thick collars at the top, which are decorated with impressions of grated cordage. The cordage was wrapped into the wet clay before it was fired. Sometimes the cord was left on and burned off in the firing process. The pots were shaped as such that the pot could easily balance and stand up on its own when placed into a hearth space. The shape also allowed the contents of the pot to reach a quick, even boil when heated. The pottery contents could be heated in the hot ashes of the fire suspended over a fire, or by having a hot stone dropped into it. The pottery appears to have been made by hand by both the coiled method as well as manual shaping of wet clay. The clay used in Turtlemen pottery seems to be minimally processed, and bits of organic material or small stones or sand are easily found in the vessels. Much of the later northeastern woodland pottery can easily be traced to the Pleistocene origins, especially the Point Pleasant and Wasco pottery. The Turtlemen pottery found consists of cooking pots, storage jars, and drinking vessels. A properly made pot would be able to heat and boil the contents quickly with application of external heat or by placing a hot rock into it. There are also a few extant examples of copper cooking vessels. Baskets were woven from thin branches, slips, and bark strips from trees such as willow, ash, and birch. Waterproof containers, including buckets and cups, were made from birch bark. We know that the tapping of both birch and maple trees from their sap was done, although the birch tapping was done much earlier. A piece of sharpened wood was driven into a tree, and a cord was tied into a stake. The cord was let to fall into the birch bark container fastened to the tree. More recent adaptations are a hollow wooden tube or a bundle of reeds to let the sap run through. Later on, a similar setup was used to tap maple trees. The collected sap was then repeatedly boiled to evaporate it, resulting in a sweet syrup.